All right, welcome back to Math 7 with Mr. G. Today is Thursday, May 8th, 2020, and this lesson is a continuation from what we were doing yesterday, solving for unknown angles using equations, part 2. Students will be able to solve for unknown angles in word problems and in diagrams involving all learned angles facts. Keep in mind, as a check, students should substitute the measured value into each expression and evaluate. Each angle of the vertical pair should be equal to the other pair. So whenever you have vertical angles, that means each angle should be equal to each other. Vertical angles or angles that are right across from each other, they should always be equal. And this is something that we went over in class, so this should start coming back. All right, exercise 1. Find the measurements of angle FAE and angle CAD. All right, FAE and CAD. Here they are right here. FAE, that's 2x, and CAD, that is 6x. So those are the angles that we don't know so far. Now, let's identify the angles that we do know. So we see here 170 degrees. All right, 170 degrees. And then we also have an angle here that is not labeled, but we should already know what this angle is because of this little box right here. Yes, you are correct. This is a 90-degree angle, okay? Now, just want to point something out for you before we continue. Before we continue, I just want to show you something. Take a look at, I have two angles here highlighted. I have one highlighted in yellow and one highlighted in red. And I just want you to notice that they're directly across from one another, which makes them vertical angles. So we have a 2x here, we have a 6x here, and then we have an angle here that is not labeled, but being that it has this little box right here, I know you already know what kind of angle this is. Yes, you are correct. It is a 90-degree angle. And being that it's directly across from this angle that's highlighted in red, which means it's equal to 170. Okay, so here is how your equation should look. 2x plus 90 plus 6x equals 170. Now, just to point one more thing out to you. So the angles we're looking for is the angle that is labeled 2x and the angle that is labeled 6x. Once we solve for x, we then come back and substitute and solve for both of these angles. Okay, so here's what I did. Wrote my equation. I solved and got x equals 10. I then went back and substituted this 10 everywhere that I saw an x. And here are my new angles. FAE equals 20 and CAD equals 60. Moving right along, exercise number 2. 3 lines meet at a point. List the relevant angle relationship in the diagram. Set up and solve an equation to find the value of B. Now, just something to keep in mind, B is equal to C. So if you're solving for B, once you find B, you will then know what C is, and vice versa. Okay, so pause this video, take a look at the diagram, see if you could identify some angle relationships, and see what equation you can come up with. All right, once you come up with your equation, solve and then substitute, and then we will come back together and check our answers. All right, here we go. So I got C plus 37 plus 43 equals 180. Once you add up 37 and 43, you get 80. C 80 equals 180. Subtract 80 on both sides. C equals 100. And since C and B is equal to each other, then if C equals 100, then B is also 100. All right. That's the end of this lesson. I kept it real short, being that this was a continuation from yesterday's lesson. Once you're done with this, please head over to the assignment and complete that. Don't waste too much time, and I look forward to working with you guys real soon. All right.